Now, the UN has voted once again on a resolution on the Syrian crisis, and once again it was vetoed by Russia and China because it threatens sanctions. This was expected, though, and Kofi Annan says this means the UN mission in Syria, its mandate expiring on Friday.
Western leaders had hoped to finally reach resolution for Syria with some teeth, but Russia and China dashed those hopes, voting against it. For Russia, the threat of non-military sanctions against Syria was a no-go.
The sponsors of this motion that has just been defeated have attempted to fan the flames of confrontation in the Security Council. The draft we have just voted on was biased. The threat of sanctions was levelled exclusively at the government of Syria. This runs counter to the spirit of the Geneva document and does not reflect the realities in the country today.
This is the third time Russia and China have blocked stronger UN action against Damascus. Diplomats express their frustration as the death toll in Syria rises by the day.
It's pitiful and deeply regrettable that again today Russia and China for the third time have vetoed a resolution that garnered the overwhelming support of this Security Council.
3,000 deaths, a veto. 6,000 deaths, a veto. 17,000 deaths, a veto. And we've done everything to unite the international community to reach a political transition and to support Kofi Annan.
The resolution's defeat puts Kofi Annan's UN-backed peace plan in limbo. The U.S. has said Russia and China's veto means the mission can't continue. The mandate for the 300-person UN observer mission expires Friday.
Now, the leader of the militant Islamist group Hezbollah has spoken out on the situation in Syria, expressing his condolences to the families of the 3 men reportedly killed in Wednesday's bomb attack, and saying the Assad regime was its comrade in the group's fight against Israel. Appearing via video link from an undisclosed location, Hassan Nasrallah addressed hundreds of supporters who'd gathered in a Beirut square to mark the 6th anniversary of the Hezbollah-Israel war.
The most important missiles that were falling on Haifa and on central Israel, occupied Palestine, were from the Syrian military industries that were given to the resistance in Lebanon.
And for more on this, I'm now joined from Washington by Majid Rafizadeh, an Iranian-Syrian policy analyst, scholar and human rights activist. Hello, thank you very much for being with us. Now, is this new information that Syrian-made arms were used in the Hezbollah-Israel war?
No, well, I don't think this is new information, Claire. I think they had these relations before. I think also here we should understand that also Iran plays an important role, and Iran has still not has still supported Assad and doesn't want to see Assad relinquish power now. And I think if we go back again to what the regime has been saying for 17 months, they have said that if they can't rule over a unified Syria, they will instigate as much tension as they could across the region, and they can plunge the whole region into conflagration. So I think these are some rhetorics which are coming now from Hezbollah to send a message that they are still supporting the Assad regime.
Now, Nasrallah also claimed that the Syrian conflict is really about the regime's military being the only Arab army left that could threaten Israel. Is that something new in Hezbollah rhetoric?
Well, I think in some respects, I think you can say that the Syrian regime was probably one of the only regimes that was clear, obviously, opposing Israel. But I think we should emphasize that these recent rhetorics by Nasrallah, I think they come at a time which the Syrian regime is becoming very, very vulnerable. They have been trying in the last 17 months to project an image that they are in control. But I think what we have been witnessing in Damascus in the last 5 days, the psychological and physical blow on the military, I think this has made the regime very vulnerable. And I think they is the time. It was the time for Hezbollah to come up with some rhetoric to support the Syrian regime.
Okay, Majid Rafizadeh, thank you very much for joining us from Washington.